like we used to take turns and like have weeks where we would serve. Like this might be my whole week to serve, and then next week would be somebody else's whole week to serve. It just so happened that it was finna be my week to serve, and as I was walking down the street on my way to the little trap that we had, I seen SWAT cars hitting the block. So I'm standing at the corner. I seen them come up out of there with a couple of the guys. I'm like, oh, this ain't my day. I'm going my ass back home.
Just taking a step back, man, like to the beginning though. I mean, you mentioned like the low end out of be Wells, but your family, like the family atmosphere, what was your household like?
My family always been, or always together. Like I say, my mama always been on our ass, like making sure motherfuckers ain't slacking or none of that. Like I got one of them OGs. Like I was scared to fail a grade in school, so I never failed. I ain't never been to summer school or like that, bro. When I felt like I was finna drop out of high school, I left the school I was at and went to alternative school to graduate on time. So failure was not an option for me, bro. My mama was strict on that, stood on business all the time. So that's one thing you can expect. Like me, I got a problem with quitting myself. I gotta keep going until I get the right. Like one of my weaknesses is asking people for help when I need it. I'd rather figure that shit out on my own.
I can feel you on that, man.
So I don't like asking for help. I struggle before I have to ask for some help. I figure it out on myself. That's how I always been.
So strong mom in the household. Where was your father?
My father, I ain't meet my father. I ain't meet my father until I was 17 on Father's Day at a Father's Day picnic. That's how I met my dad.
Damn.
I was turning 18 that year, so yeah, nigga wasn't getting no child support for all them years, unless it was back pay. But my OG ain't never had to do nothing like that. But it wasn't no hard feelings towards my father when I met him. I ain't feel that way. We actually bonded and connected because he didn't know, just like I didn't know. So when I met him, it was like,
for real?
That's my right hand man.
No resentment, nothing.
Nothing.
No hatred.
I don't have that because I'm my own man at this time.
That's a blessing, bro.
When my dad met me, I was like the hustler of the year, man. I was like Jeezy say.
Oh, you was doing good.
One trapper of the year 3 times of the road. Yeah. I was on my grind mode around that time. When Pops met me, I bought us a bottle to celebrate together. You feel me? Like, man. Then my Pops got a twin brother, so it was like, man, I'm getting to meet the family that I ain't know I had. Found out I got 4 other sisters. I got a sister that's older than me, but the same age as me. She only older than me by a few months. But I'm the only brother. So, on both sides, I'm the oldest.
So that's on your pop's side. On your mom's side, how many siblings do you have?
I just got my sister and my brother G-Daisky.
And who is your sister? This the one you talking about, like K.I. and Tuka and all them new?
Yeah, my sister Sierra.
Sierra, okay.
Yeah. So, I only got my brother and my sister. Them the only 2 that I always
grew up in the same household.
Grew up in the same household since babies. I always been around.
What were you doing like early on, bro? Were you into sports or art or anything?
When I was in high school, I used to play varsity on the football team. I went to DuSable. I played football for a while. A nigga wouldn't think that because I'm skinny, but
yeah. What position you play?
I was a safety.
Oh, you said you was a safety. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh,
I was a safety, and I was a tight end.
For real?
Yep.
And was you cold? Were you decent?
Oh yeah. See, that was before I started smoking. I had a lot more weight than I had then.
You ain't capping, man.
I ain't no cap. I love football. I felt like I had anger issues back then. So hitting the nigga and tackling the nigga on the field, that was
that stress reliever.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you.
Right.
You smack a motherfucker, you think you playing blitz. Oh, I'm out there, Joe.
Blitz, yeah, he took it back, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So why didn't you pursue that if you thought you was cold?
I ain't. It wasn't.
You had
me.
potential though. Huh?
I was, like I said, I came into high school selling weed. So
You said you came into high school. Like ninth grade, you was selling weed.
Ninth grade, I was selling weed, bro.
Like making real profit.
I used to sell an ounce before school, and then a half ounce by lunchtime, and this was when Reggie was good. You feel me? So I was about the bread then. I was the youngest nigga in school with a bankroll, but I used to act like I was lame and I ain't know shit.
Real talk?
Yeah, that was my disguise.
You ain't had nothing to prove. You know, a lot of people, if you keep touching that type of money, like young, you gonna want to flaunt it. You know,
it's about me being around niggas that was older than me already. By me being a young nigga, I always was around the older crowd because I was always mature. So the older niggas I was around. They like, man, you ain't got to do all that. Woo. They was already teaching me the ways. So me showing off, only person I was showing off to was my girlfriend. She knew I had the role. That's why she was on my ass about certain shit I used to do. Yeah. She ain't like certain girls I used to sell weed to. But
so you had a bankroll in the ninth grade. So when did you start seeing like some real paper? And were you like stacking and saving? Or?
When I seen some real paper, man, this was part of my younger time too. This was like after high school.
Okay.
Like around the time of me going on prom and graduating high school, my homies and them, I know I started seeing real paper when they had to send an ATF after us.
Talk about that.
So
you got indicted?
I didn't get indicted because I didn't get caught.
I think you may be shaking that jump, right?
I didn't get indicted. Then really none of us get indicted. I guess the person they was looking for, they already was gone. We knew who they was looking for, but we didn't get caught. The day I was supposed to go down, like we used to take turns and like have weeks where we serve. Like this might be my whole week to serve, and then next week could be somebody else's whole week to serve. It just so happened that it was finna be my week to serve. And as I was walking down the street on my way to the little trap that we had, I seen SWAT cars hitting the block. So I'm standing at the corner. I seen them come up out of there with a couple of the guys. I'm like, oh shit. This ain't my day. I'm going my ass back home. Fool them come, they call me and tell me what happened. They like, man, them niggas had a paper with pictures on it and shit. They were looking for one motherfucker that was on the run from Memphis or whatever.
For real? In Chicago.
And he made it here. So we knew who it was.
Oh.
I ain't gonna speak on that, but
that's crazy.
I don't know if bro ever got caught. It's just he was around us at that time. So we didn't get caught for none of the shit that he was doing. They came specifically on who they wanted, but they made us shut down our operation because after that, police was just hot. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like when Chicago started having them summers and them days when police used to just sit at the corner of your block, I felt we was the start of that. We was the reason they started doing that.
When you said you would have 1 week to yourself, like hustling on the block, like how much money could you make in that week?
Man, depending on what time of the week it was or what part of the money was. If it was around the 1st or 15th of the month, you had that week, you was gonna have a lot of money that week. If it come towards like when the holidays, like the 4th of July and all that stuff and come up, you gonna have a lot of money because them the bustling weeks. But it depends on how hard your hustle is. Like I used to work my phone up to the point where I got $1,500 to go to the store with, and I got $1,500 for my pocket where I could just spend on anything. That's how hard my phone was busting. I knew it because Connect, like, man, let me buy your phone for you for $2,500. It took me a minute to catch on to what was going on. Cause I was kind of still like a little naive, cause having all this money and shit like that, man, nigga just feel like, man, I'm the boss, I'm doing whatever. Whoa. But I had to catch on, and it made me just sit back and count my profit one day. One day I counted my profit, and I seen like I had like $2,500 over in money. versus what. Alright, this what I gotta get back to the plug. But at the time, it was a middleman and the plug. So I went around the middleman at that time, and I went straight to the plug and gave him the money. Once I seen I was done with what I had to get a plug, and I seen like I extra $2,500. I'm like, oh, this supposed to be this nigga money. The middleman was trying to get over on me and trying to bird feed me. So I took that shit. Oh man, nigga called me. He say, man. Fool say he ain't get that bread. I'm like, shit, I don't know who you talking about, but I took him to that. He told me I'm straight. He like, man, this is an extra $2,500 missing. I'm like, well, that shit just missing. I don't know what happened to it. You gotta take that L, brother. Once I said that, they know my line. When I say you gotta take that L, that mean I took this shit. Like, you gotta take that L, brother. He knew it. Hung up. It wasn't nothing else they can do about that shit. Cause you weren't finna get over on me, and I knew you was wrong, and you knew you was wrong. Only me and you know what was going on, so that's why he ain't say nothing to nobody else. Best believe, next day, man, I got something for you, bro. Nah, I could work for myself now.
For real.
I know how much money I make.
Was you hustling just weed, or was it was different like drugs?
Straight just weed, bro. I ain't never venture off into trying to sell no other drug. I done tried to sell every drug once. I had a nice run, tried to sell pills, wasn't me. Tried to sell dope, wasn't me. Tried to sell weed, I was the man.
For real?
So that's what I love doing. I sell some weed. Yeah. But especially nowadays, look, you ain't getting locked up for no weed now. So,
is it recreational in Chicago?
Oh yeah.
So it's medicinal and recreational. Yeah. So it's legal here.
Yeah, it's legal.
Can you stand outside? Your spot
I can
is just
stand outside and smoke.
And the police can drive by.
Drive past. They ain't gonna do nothing.
For real, for real.
Oh yeah.
What's like some of the dispensaries to check out here? Like for the people who may come and visit Chicago.
Let's see. Up north by a little spot that I work at, it's a place called Ascend Weed Dispensary. They give out, like on Fridays, they have a day where they give a free pre-roll sample when you come in and make a purchase. So check them out. Then
you said Ascend?
Ascend.
Okay.
Then right here, close to us our way on 85th and Commercial, we got the other dispensary called Mission South Dispensary.
Okay.
That's the place. I know I got some points with them. I ain't use my points. I probably got a 3.5 or some shit I can get from them right now. But that's one of those spots to also try out. Now I was at an interview with when Trisha's New did his interview with DJU. That weed they had there, that shit was smoking. I don't know who that was. He said, was it Boston or somebody?
Best Buds, I think it's
Best Buds. Yeah. DJU, wherever that shit came from, I want some more of it, bro. But that shit, and then, of course, the hustle don't stop with me.
Oh, he just pulls out. You gotta put it in the
some
camera.
Of the best shit,
yeah,
too.
Put it up to the camera, bro.
Some of the best.
What's that right there in front of us?
This ain't the Wok, because I got some shit called Waukesha. Like, yeah, Moneybag Yo song, Waukesha. Got some shit like that. Some shit called Buttercream. And I think this is a different flavor of the runts, but
let me see that, man.
We gonna put that up in the air for the people.
You gotta go see the bell. Okay. And what's that? Is that
this that Boss Krizzy brand? So you come shop with me for this.
Sativa, indica, hybrid. What's that?
Hybrid.
Okay.
Hybrid for sure.
Okay, for sure. What's some of your favorite strains, bro?
My favorite strain that I feel don't exist no more is Irene.
Irene?
I haven't smoked Irene.
Man, that's like the early 2000s, ain't it?
Bro, that was the best. Bro, Loud, Kush, all that came out, bro. That was the best strain and still was like one of the best to this day. So I never seen nobody with nothing like that. That and like right now, I ain't gonna lie. The Waukesha shit I've been smoking, that shit, like, man, you putting me on my ass. I just need a blunt of that, and I'm cool. I ain't even trying to roll no backwood. Roll me up a Dutch, I'm cool.
Okay. Okay. No, for sure.
Yeah.